My name is Elana Katzor. I'm originally from Brookline, Massachusetts, and now I'm living in Ra'anana, Israel. I live with my husband Yochai and my 3 children, Emma, Tamar, and Liam. I think it's been particularly hard for me because, my husband, or for my family, more like, for my children, because their father is away. He's in contact with us all the time. But between sirens and having your father, away serving and kind of fighting, I think it adds an extra layer of stress to a really already stressful situation. As a parent, I've always held, certain pillars of truth, like I don't lie to my children, I try not to, and I also, I am of the belief that information doesn't scare children, but the lack of information scares children. And then this was the trickiest time that I've been through because, well, I think that holds true generally, that information doesn't scare children, but the lack of it does. I think that when sort of the worst nightmare is being played out in the country of kidnappings and whatnot, slaughtered, children and people, I think that it's been really tricky to navigate how to raise children in a mentally healthy environment. I didn't mention the kidnappings because they didn't ask me, and then all of a sudden the posters started showing up. And I remember my 8-year-old daughter came to me and said, I saw a poster of a baby and it said missing. And they're not allowed to take children, are they? Our enemies can't take children, can they? And I sort of was stuck thinking, I don't want to lie, and I don't want to withhold information because she's already scared by this. And so I said, this time it was, a little bit different, and it was a little bit against what normally happens in a wartime, against maybe the rules of war. And it did happen, it did happen. And
it was about a child, and I was they're kidnapping grown-ups. And I asked my mom, is that even allowed? Are they really catching children? And she said, yes. And I felt very, very scared, very, very sad also. And it was just a war, children kidnapping, people dying. It's very scary. Imagine me getting kidnapped or by people from countries that don't like us, and it's just imagining the people that are kidnapped, the children and grown-ups that are kidnapped. I was asking my mom, do they have diapers? Do they have shampoo? Do they have clothes? Do they have supplies? Do they have a house? It's just very scary.
And you realize that they're computing, they're internalizing this information, and it's heartbreaking to see, and you see that the psychological warfare that Hamas is waging on the people of Israel by kidnapping children is successful no matter what we do. No matter how we fight or how we fight back, on that front they will always win because they're doing things that humans normally do not do, even during wartime. Our freedom of movement has been stressful. I don't drive anymore because I'm scared that I'm with 3 kids, I'm pregnant, there's a siren, I have to pull over the side of the road, I have to manage to get 3 kids out of the car on a highway. So it terrorizes my freedom of movement. I'm alone here with 3 kids, and if I were to be in the shower and there would be a siren, it would be very hard for me to get out, grab everyone, and move to our mamad in a minute and a half. I tend to take showers really quickly and late at night when everyone's already asleep. I think it's, again, a form of psychological warfare in terms of, this anticipation. It's in the evening, which is, I think, for children, approaching bedtime is more scary. And yeah, it's their way of, you know, terrorizing us no matter how.
Just the siren itself feels like something's coming, and like it's just like very scary. It's just my first really experience like that there's a war that I understand.